Donald Trump just finished what can only be described as one of the most awkward, self-absorbed speeches ever delivered in front of world leaders. This came right after the Israel-Hamas ceasefire, a fragile moment when the world was hoping for some sense of unity and leadership. But instead of offering diplomacy, Trump turned it into another personal victory lap. He steps up to the podium, cameras rolling, and right off the bat, instead of talking about peace, he starts praising one of Vladimir Putin's closest allies, Viktor Orbán of Hungary.
We have Hungary. Oh, Victor, where is Victor? Victor. We love Victor. Viktor, I call him. You know, I put the little accent on it. You are fantastic, all right? I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but I'm the only one that matters. You are fantastic. He's a great leader. I endorsed him the last election he had, and he won by 28 points. So you're going to do even better this time. You have another election, and you're going to do great, and we appreciate it, and we're behind you 100%. That's Hungary.
And just look at the faces behind him, and especially Keir Starmer. You can see him trying to process what he's hearing. Like, did he really just say that? Trump's treating this like a campaign rally, not a world summit. Then Trump pivots to the Abraham Accords. Now, this should have been a chance to talk about the ceasefire or rebuilding efforts, but instead he starts fumbling over his own words.
Everybody's going to join the Abraham Accord. I like to say the Avraham. I love Avraham, but somehow it doesn't sound as good when I say it as it does when some of my other friends say it who are from the region. But we're going to get a lot of people joining the Abraham Accords. We have the 4 great nations that did it early on, and they stayed with it. And then you had the Biden administration, which is the worst administration in the history of our country. And obviously, they did nothing on that and anything else. And so it stayed at 4. And now a lot of people, even today, they're talking about all joining up. So many people have talked to me about that, and it's going to.
Trump somehow manages to turn one of the most delicate diplomatic topics into an incoherent punchline. Then it gets even more ridiculous. Trump starts bragging about bringing $17 trillion, $18 trillion of investments into the United States.
We're in the world, and it's the hottest country. So many investors are here. We have over $17 trillion being invested in the United States, which is a record that nobody has ever beaten. I don't think anybody will. And we still have 4 months to go before it's a year. So in 8 months, we have over 17 trillion. We're actually very close to $18 trillion. There's never been, as an example, the previous administration had less than $1 trillion over 4 years. We have, we're close to breaking $18 trillion in 8 months. That's pretty amazing. No country's ever done that.
Completely made up. That number isn't real, not even close. While the U.S. government is struggling with shutdown threats and Americans can barely afford healthcare, Trump is out here inventing fake trillions out of thin air. Then it gets weird. He starts talking about how some of the people in the room are his friends and others he doesn't like.
I met with many of the people in this room, and it all just started coming together. I've known so many of you for so long. You're friends of mine. You're great people. I have a couple I don't like in particular, but I won't tell you who. I have actually a few of them I don't like at all, but you'll never find out who they are. Well, maybe you will, come to think of it.
Who says that at an international summit? He's turning what's supposed to be a diplomatic gathering into some kind of middle school gossip circle, and then the truly uncomfortable part. He looks over at Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and says this.
So thank you very much. Italy. We have a young woman who's, I'm not allowed to say it because usually it's the end of your political career if you say it. She's a beautiful young woman. Now, if you use the word beautiful in the United States about a woman, that's the end of your political career, but I'll take my chances. Where is she? There she is. You don't mind being called beautiful, right? Because you are. Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it. She wanted to be here, and she's incredible, and they really respect her in Italy. She's a very successful politician.
You can literally see her freeze. Trump just can't help himself. He always has to make it creepy and inappropriate, even on the world stage. Instead of talking about Italy's leadership or the ceasefire, he's commenting on someone's looks. It's embarrassing, and it's exactly why other nations don't take him seriously. And as if that wasn't enough, Trump then asks, I kid you not, where is the president of Canada?
So you have Armenia, and you have Bahrain, you have Canada. It's so great to have, in fact, the president called and he wanted to know if it's worthwhile. He knew exactly what it was. He knew the importance. Where's Canada, by the way? Where are you? Where are you? He knew the importance of this. He said, I want to be there.
You can hear the awkward laughter ripple through the crowd. And later, the actual prime minister jokes, I'm glad you promoted me to president. Trump clearly has no idea who's who on the world stage. Then he goes off script again, thanking the UAE, only to realize the leader isn't even there.
And I want to just thank him. And His Highness Sheikh Mohammed of the United Arab Emirates is here. Where? He's here someplace. Well, he's not here, but he's here in spirit. I can tell you that.
A few hours later, he's caught on camera saying, they have a lot of cash, unlimited cash. Because, of course, with Trump, every conversation eventually circles back to money.
Egypt has to go later.
Then comes maybe the most surreal moment. A leader in the audience actually nominates Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize, claiming he stopped wars in South Asia.
I would say that Pakistan had nominated President Donald Trump for Nobel Peace Prize for his outstanding, extraordinary contributions to first stop war between India and Pakistan, and then achieve ceasefire along with his very wonderful team. And today, again, I would like to nominate this great president for Nobel Peace Prize.
Then Trump starts rambling about Air Force One being covered in Egyptian desert. What does that even mean? Nobody knows. It's just another word salad moment where he sounds completely lost.
Quite an escort in. It was very impressive. But Air Force One was really, it was covered with Egyptian desert just a few months ago. If you think about it, just a few months ago, it was Egyptian desert, and now it was just a few feet off our window. And it was a spectacular sight, and I appreciate it very much. Really, that was pretty good. You got our people by surprise. I don't know if they were thrilled right at the beginning, but they were thrilled as we sailed along very, very calmly and safely. And I'm deeply